What if some of the most powerful tools to defend your body were already sitting in your kitchen? Not in a pill bottle, not locked inside a lab, not costing thousands of dollars, but in ordinary foods, foods you may have eaten your whole life without realizing what they're capable of, because modern science has uncovered something extraordinary. Your body is not defenseless. In fact, inside you right now is a built-in health defense system designed to protect you from disease every single day. One of the most important parts of that system is called angiogenesis, the process of growing blood vessels. When angiogenesis is balanced, it helps heal wounds, restore tissues, and keep organs alive. But when angiogenesis becomes uncontrolled, it can help feed dangerous diseases, including cancer. And here's where it gets fascinating. Researchers have discovered that certain foods contain natural compounds that may help support healthy angiogenesis balance, meaning they may help your body create an environment where abnormal cells struggle to thrive. Today, we're revealing 7 science-backed foods experts discuss most often when it comes to helping starve cancer naturally. These are not miracle cures. They are not substitutes for treatment, but they are powerful daily choices that may help stack the odds in your favor. And number 7 may already be in your refrigerator. Let's begin. The science most people never hear about before we talk about food. We need to understand one critical truth. Cancer doesn't appear overnight. Long before a tumor is detected, abnormal cells can emerge in the body. In many cases, the immune system destroys them. Sometimes they stay dormant for years. But for many cancers to grow beyond a tiny size, they need a blood supply. Think of a city trying to expand. Without roads, fuel, water, and delivery systems, growth stops. Tumors use the same strategy. They send signals that stimulate new blood vessels to grow toward them. Those vessels deliver oxygen and nutrients. This is why angiogenesis became one of the most important discoveries in cancer research. Scientists began asking, what if we could interrupt that supply line? That led to anti-angiogenic therapies in medicine. But researchers also noticed something else. Certain natural compounds found in foods appeared to influence the same biological pathways involved in inflammation, blood vessel signaling, oxidative stress, and cellular repair. That means food may matter far more than calories, weight, or vitamins alone. Food is information. Every bite sends signals. Some foods may encourage disease processes, others may help activate defense systems. And the most powerful strategy is not one superfood, it's consistency. Small daily choices repeated over years can shape your internal terrain. So let's start with food number 1, tomatoes. There's a reason tomatoes appear again and again in nutrition science. They contain a potent antioxidant called lycopene, the pigment that gives tomatoes their deep red color. Lycopene has been widely studied for its potential role in protecting cells from oxidative damage and supporting healthy inflammation balance. But here's what makes tomatoes especially interesting. Cooked tomatoes often provide even more bioavailable lycopene than raw ones. That means tomato sauce, tomato paste, slow-cooked tomatoes, and soups may deliver powerful benefits. Researchers have examined lycopene in connection with prostate health, cardiovascular health, and cellular protection. Some population studies have associated higher tomato intake with lower risk of certain cancers, especially prostate cancer. Now, let's be clear, tomatoes do not cure cancer, but regularly consuming tomato-rich foods may support an internal environment less favorable to disease. Why tomatoes matter? Cancer cells often thrive in environments marked by oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. Lycopene may help counter those forces. Tomatoes also contain vitamin C, potassium, folate, polyphenols, fiber. That combination supports immune health, circulation, and metabolic balance. Best ways to use tomatoes. If you want maximum benefit, cook them with olive oil, use tomato paste in soups, add marinara to vegetables, roast cherry tomatoes, use crushed tomatoes in lentil dishes. Fat helps absorb lycopene. So tomatoes, plus healthy fat, is a smart combination. Cinematic story. Beet. Imagine this. Every time you simmer tomatoes in olive oil with garlic and herbs, you're not just making dinner. You may be activating one of nature's oldest defense systems. That simple sauce becomes more than flavor. It becomes strategy. Bottom line, Tomatoes are affordable, accessible, versatile, and scientifically respected. That's why they earn a place on this list. But the next food may be even more powerful. Green tea. For thousands of years, green tea has been used in traditional medicine. Now, modern science is catching up. Green tea is rich in catechins, especially one compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. EGCG has been intensely studied for its potential effects on oxidative stress inflammation, DNA protection cell, signaling healthy angiogenesis, balance. That's why green tea consistently appears in conversations about disease prevention. Why it's so powerful? Unlike sugary drinks that fuel metabolic dysfunction, green tea delivers hydration plus bioactive compounds. It's one of the few beverages that may actively contribute to health rather than simply avoid harm. Researchers have explored how EGCG may influence pathways involved in abnormal cell growth and blood vessel signaling. Again, not a treatment, but potentially a supportive daily habit. What many people get wrong. They drink bottled green tea loaded with sugar. That defeats much of the benefit. Real green tea should be fresh brewed, unsweetened, high quality, consumed regularly. How to use it? Try 2 to 4 cups, daily hot or iced with lemon for flavor, mid-morning instead of soda, afternoon instead of energy drinks. Retention story. Beat. Think about 2 people. One drinks sugar-loaded beverages every day for 10 years. The other replaces one daily drink with green tea. Same calories? Maybe not. But more importantly, different biochemical messages, different inflammation signals, different antioxidant exposure, different future. Caution. If you're sensitive to caffeine, choose decaf green tea or drink earlier in the day. Bottom line, green tea is one of the simplest health upgrades on earth. Cheap, ancient, backed by research, and food number 3 might already be in your spice rack. Food number 3, turmeric, 1620-23, bright golden, earthy, powerful. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most researched plant compounds in modern nutrition science. Curcumin has been studied for its potential role in reducing inflammation, supporting antioxidant defenses, influencing cellular pathways, helping regulate abnormal growth signals. Chronic inflammation is linked to many diseases, including cancer. That's why turmeric receives so much attention, why inflammation matters. Inflammation is not always bad. It helps heal injuries and fight infections. But when it becomes chronic, silent, and persistent, it can damage tissues over time. That creates fertile ground for disease. Curcumin may help cool that fire. Bioavailability problem, and solution turmeric alone isn't absorbed efficiently. But combine it with black pepper, contains piperine, healthy fat heat, and absorption improves dramatically. That's why traditional recipes often combine these ingredients naturally. Best uses golden milk with low sugar milk alternatives. Add to soups, curry dishes, scrambled eggs, lentils and rice, roasted vegetables. Story. Beat your grandmother may not have known the word curcumin, but many traditional cultures instinctively use turmeric daily. Sometimes wisdom arrives long before science explains it. Important note, curcumin supplements can interact with medications in some people. Speak with a healthcare professional before using concentrated forms. Bottom line, turmeric isn't magic, but it may be one of the smartest spices to use consistently. And the next food is one many people avoid because of its smell. That's a mistake. Food number 4, garlic, 23-30-10. Garlic has a reputation. Strong smell, strong flavor, strong reactions, but it also has strong science behind it. Garlic contains sulfur compounds such as allicin, formed when garlic is chopped or crushed. These compounds have been studied for their potential effects on immune support, detoxification enzymes, inflammation balance, cardiovascular health, cellular protection. Why garlic is unique. Garlic doesn't just add flavor. It activates chemistry. When you crush fresh garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes before cooking, enzyme reactions help form beneficial compounds. That means preparation matters. Garlic and disease prevention population studies have linked higher allium vegetable intake, including garlic and onions, with positive health outcomes. Researchers continue exploring possible connections with digestive system cancers and immune resilience. Best ways to use garlic chop fresh garlic into sauces. Add to olive oil dressings, roast whole cloves, stir into vegetables, add to soups and beans. Retention, story beat. Think of garlic as a tiny biochemical weapon hidden in a white bulb. Sharp smell, sharp taste, sharp defense. Pro tip: raw garlic can be intense. Roasted garlic becomes mellow, sweet, and spreadable. Bottom line: garlic is one of the oldest medicinal foods known to humanity. Modern science still hasn't finished uncovering all its secrets, and food number 5 may be the most underestimated fruit in the supermarket. Food number 5, berries, 30-10, 37-40, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. Beautiful colors usually mean one thing in nature: protective compounds. Berries are loaded with anthocyanins, polyphenols, fiber, and vitamin C. These compounds help plants defend themselves, and when we eat them, they may help defend us too. Why berries matter? Berries have been studied for oxidative stress reduction, inflammation control, gut microbiome support, blood sugar balance, cellular resilience. Some lab and early human studies suggest berry compounds may help influence pathways related to abnormal cell growth. The sugar myth. Many people avoid fruit because of sugar fears, but berries are different. Compared with desserts, juices, and processed snacks, berries deliver natural sweetness packaged with fiber and phytonutrients. That changes the metabolic effect. Best uses: add to plain yogurt, blend into smoothies, freeze for dessert, add to oats, use in salads, snack with nuts. Story beat: imagine choosing between a packaged cookie and a bowl of blueberries. One was engineered for shelf life, the other was engineered by nature for survival. Your cells know the difference. Frozen versus fresh frozen berries are often just as nutritious, sometimes more, because they're frozen at peak ripeness. Bottom line: berries are one of the smartest sweet foods you can eat. But the next food may surprise you most of all, because it's not exotic, it's common, and incredibly powerful. Food number 6, broccoli and cruciferous vegetables, 37-40, 46 hours, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, kale, cabbage. These vegetables contain compounds that form sulforaphane and related molecules when chopped or chewed. Sulforaphane has become a major subject of scientific interest. Why? Because it may help support detoxification pathways, antioxidant gene activation, inflammation balance, cellular repair systems. Why this matters? Every day, your body encounters stressors: pollution, smoke, processed foods, metabolic waste, environmental toxins. Your detoxification systems work constantly. Cruciferous vegetables may help support those systems. Cancer research interest. Sulforaphane has been widely explored in laboratory research related to abnormal cell signaling and protective pathways. This is one reason experts often spotlight broccoli sprouts, which can contain concentrated amounts of precursors. How to maximize benefits: lightly steam instead of overboiling, chop, and wait a few minutes before cooking. Add mustard powder if heavily cooked. Eat regularly, not rarely. Best uses: roasted broccoli with olive oil, stir-fried cabbage, kale soups, cauliflower bowls, Brussels sprouts with garlic. Story beat. Some of the strongest foods don't taste like dessert. They taste like discipline. They taste like protection. Bottom line: cruciferous vegetables are not glamorous. They are strategic. And now we arrive at number 7, one of the most studied foods in the world. Food number 7, extra virgin olive oil, 46 segi 54 segun, golden liquid, ancient medicine, modern science favorite. Extra virgin olive oil is central to Mediterranean dietary patterns associated with longevity and lower chronic disease risk. But not all olive oil is equal. Real extra virgin olive oil contains polyphenols and antioxidants that refined oils often lose. Why it matters. Olive oil may support healthy inflammation response, cardiovascular health, blood vessel function, metabolic balance, nutrient absorption. It also helps your body absorb fat-soluble compounds from vegetables, like lycopene from tomatoes and carotenoids from greens. The power of synergy. Tomatoes alone help. Olive oil alone helps. Tomatoes cooked in olive oil, that's synergy. Nutrition isn't just ingredients. it's combinations. Cancer prevention interest. Mediterranean eating patterns, rich in olive oil, legumes, vegetables, herbs, and fish, have repeatedly attracted attention for disease prevention. No single food gets all the credit, but olive oil is one of the anchors. How to use it: drizzle on salads, finish soups, roast vegetables, dip with whole grain bread, use in sauces. Story beat. In many long-living regions of the world, olive oil isn't a trend, it's tradition. And traditions that survive centuries usually survive for a reason. Bottom line, choose high-quality extra virgin olive oil in dark bottles, stored away from heat and light. Freshness matters. The real secret most people miss: 58 mos. Now here's the truth no headline wants to tell you. It's not one food, it's the pattern. You cannot eat garlic once and erase years of damage. You cannot drink green tea while living on ultra-processed food and expect miracles. You cannot sprinkle turmeric on fast food and call it prevention. Health is cumulative. Disease risk is cumulative. So protection must be cumulative too. That means tomatoes this week, berries tomorrow, green tea, daily broccoli, often olive oil, regularly, garlic in cooking, turmeric consistently. This is how real prevention works. Not dramatic, not viral, not instant, but powerful. Bonus section. What to remove if you want results. 58s, 101, 30. Adding protective foods matters, but removing harmful patterns matters too. If you want to support your body's defenses, reduce ultra-processed foods. Sugary drinks, excess alcohol, smoking, chronic sleep deprivation, sedentary lifestyle, excess body fat over time. Because prevention is not just what you add, it's what you stop feeding. Final emotional close. 101:30, end. Right now, inside your body, millions of processes are happening without your awareness. Cells repairing, DNA correcting, immune cells scanning, blood vessels responding, defense systems working. Your body is fighting for you every day. The question is, are you helping it? Every meal is a message. Every grocery trip is a vote. Every kitchen choice can move you toward resilience or away from it. No food guarantees perfect health. No diet creates immortality. But the science is clear. What you eat matters more than most people realize. So start simple. Choose one food from this list today, then another tomorrow. Then build a life where disease has a harder time finding room to grow. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine doesn't come from a pharmacy. Sometimes it comes from your plate. CTA. If you want more science-backed videos on foods that protect your body, fight inflammation, and help you live longer, subscribe now and comment below. Which of these 7 foods do you already eat most often? Your answer may inspire someone else to start today.